So we completed our move at the end of April 2021, and we were getting settled into our new house, and it was a few weeks after we'd moved into our new house that finally Oregon lifted the masking and the social gathering laws around COVID so that we could actually go and meet with people at our church again. They had other regulations in place, and so some churches were meeting, and then they left it to people's discretion, and so there were churches that were meeting normally at that point, but most people in our church didn't feel comfortable doing that until the laws lifted specifically. And so we finally were going to be getting off the Zoom calls that we've been having all of this happening the last year and a half, and finally able to meet again in person. So the first week we were able to do that was towards the middle or end of May 2021. And so we loaded up our family of 6 and decided to go to church in person for the very first time after like close to 2 years of not being able to. Let's see, 2020. Okay, full year and a half. So it might have been less than 2 years, but it seemed like forever because it was. And so we were finally going to get to go to church in person. And one of the things we had decided on was that we weren't going to be dressing up for church anymore. We were just going to go in our regular clothes. And a lot of people in our denomination tend to dress up in fancier, dressier business type or, traditional Sunday dress type wear to go to church. And it wasn't a rule. It was a unspoken expectation that you would dress up to be at church and something different than what you usually wore, unless you had a really good excuse not to. But our conviction as parents was that that was silly because we want other people, guests who come to feel comfortable. And so we want to dress casually so that they can come however they are. So that's what we decided to do. And so we got to church and we got ready to sit down. And one of my daughters went into a full-blown panic attack. And so here we were, first day back at church, and I spent most of it out in the car with my daughter because it was an hour's drive home. So I just went out to the car and sat with her while she felt her way through that. And when I asked her later what had happened, she couldn't remember anything specific, but she said that my dad had given her kind of a dirty look as she came in, an angry look as she came in. And so we think that's probably what triggered it.